I always grew up living outside a lot. I used to live in Iowa, and we've always lived on either a large plot of land or like some body of water. So ever since I was born, I've pretty much always been outside. At the end of 8th grade, I moved to Dallas, and we live actually in Dallas, so there isn't a whole lot of nature going on there. I was kind of sick of living in a city. In junior year, I decided that I wanted to go to a semester school in Leadville, Colorado. It's called the High Mountain Institute. And there it's this intensive learning and backpacking and hiking type of school where we would go on, I think we went on 3 2-week expeditions into nature. They were either backpacking, rock climbing, or skiing focused. On the third expedition, which was both rock climbing and backpacking focused, I got in a really bad rock climbing accident where I fell roughly 30 feet while rappelling down a cliff. My instructor, who was rappelling me down the cliff, slipped or something on ice, and he let the rope go, and I fell roughly 25 feet before he got a hold of the rope again. I slammed into the face of the cliff, and then I fell down anywhere from 5 to 10 feet, we're not really sure, and then I hit the ground. They called a car to come evacuate me, but we still had to hike out of the canyon, so that took another day and a half, and all of my joints at this point were pretty much out of place. For the first probably hour after that happened, it hurt, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. But then the getting out of the canyon was by far the worst thing, because that's whenever I could feel all of my joints just kind of impounding on each other. It felt like I was getting stabbed every time I walked. But all of the teachers and the people who were on the trip with me were very nice. They took all of the weight out of my backpack. They did everything that they could to try to make it less awful. My legs were just really sore for probably 6 months, and I would stand up and my knee would come out of place. Sometimes that happens still now, but it's if I'm exercising a lot or if I'm not stretching properly, then my hip will come out of place. My hip came out of place while I was running the other day, but I can pop it back in. My right leg, I had issues with my hip and my knee. Those are just pretty much permanently out of place, so every time I would walk, my bones would rub on each other in my right hip and my knee. So I got exercises to do that, and then I went back to the semester school and to finish out probably a month or a month and a half left. And I would either walk on crutches or with tape or a knee brace, and then I would have to leave school to go to physical therapy once or twice a week. And we were in a really rural Colorado where there were no MRI machines. I think the nearest one was in Aspen, which was 45 minutes away. And they didn't have any better solutions for pain management, so I had to take either 3 or 4 Advil every 3 to 4 hours for about a month. It took a really long time before I could walk without pain again. I would say it was close to a 6-month recovery process.